Hello, welcome to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host, Iggy. Yay. Thank you for that. Hi, guys. I hope everyone's doing okay. Today we are going to look at some 155 Howitzers by BMC Toys, originally sculpted by Marx Toys. So let's take a look at the 155 Howitzer and see what these toys are based on. Here's an actual photograph of a 155. In 1917, the U.S. Army decided that the support carriage or undercarriage of their artillery piece was not any good. So they decided they were going to replace that. And they began work on that. And by 1939, they had completed what they thought was the perfect carriage for the gun. Then someone said, well, you know what? Why do we have this nice carriage and this old crummy gun? So they decided then to completely revamp the gun. And in 1941, they introduced the M1A1 155 millimeter howitzer. So what's the difference between a howitzer and a cannon? Well, a howitzer has a shorter barrel. And the purpose of that is instead of shoot direct fire, they would have an increased arc to create a trajectory for the shell. The word howitzer is from the German word Haubitze. And howitzers, I think, they've been around for quite a while now. I know I've seen some howitzers in person from the 1830s, so I know they've been around for quite a long time. So there is a slight difference between a regular artillery piece or cannon and the howitzer, in that the barrel is shorter. Other than that, guys, your guess is as good as mine. I always thought they were one and the same, but they apparently have different functions. Like a mortar is elevated at a 45-degree angle, and they shoot the shell way up into the air. It has an arced trajectory and then falls down and is good for like siege warfare. Like if you were assaulting a fortress, a mortar would be a good item because then you could hurl the shell right into the fort. Okay, well, enough of that. Let's take a look at what we have here. Now, this is an original Battleground play set from 1978. It's virtually the same as the 1977 version, which I had for Christmas in 1977. And my box was in mint condition, but for reasons I can't figure out, I threw the box away in 1986, which really, I look back. Have you ever done that where you threw out something and then you go, oh no, why did I do that? I can't even think of what my thinking was at the time, but I think maybe I was trying to save room or something, so I put everything into a shoebox. I don't know. I really can't remember. Anyway, the mint condition box is gone. This box here, I bought another Battleground set on eBay, and this box was pretty rough condition. I've had to tape it up considerably because it's disintegrating. At any rate, these two howitzers that you see on this top shelf are both original Marx howitzers. This one here is from my 1977 playset from Christmas. And this one here I bought with this 1978 set. I'm able to differentiate between the two because there appears to be some sort of paint or something on the wheel. Also, this wheel was completely broken off and I had to glue it back on. I don't even know if it turns. Yeah, I guess it turned. I did a good job. Huh. For some reason, I thought I glued it in a stationary position. Anyway, fortunately for us, BMC is now producing these. So if you didn't have one of these, or it's like missing from your set, or you're creating a battleground set, which you can do now because virtually everything is being reproduced. The only things I have not seen reproduced yet are vehicles. I've seen concertina wire. I've seen the trees. I've seen bunkers, Germans, Americans, virtually everything on this box, with the exception of the tank and the half track. Oh, I have seen the recoilless rifle, which wasn't invented, I think, until 1947. But we kids did not know those things back then. And the scale, Marx always played really loose with the scale. You notice here the figures in the landing craft. It looks like it's a landing craft for small children. It's way out of scale. Same thing with the tank. But anyway, when we were kids, we didn't care about that. We were just excited to have a tank and whatnot. So let's take a look at the BMC card. At that here. Says it's a 140 scale, so that makes it a little smaller than the figures, comparatively smaller. Made in USA. And they also put the date it was manufactured, December 2022 in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I don't know, that's not really important, but for some reason I like it that they do that. So this is the card. So you had 3 of these in the BMC set. BMC also manufactures, these things here. Also the German 88, which you can see there, is also manufactured by BMC. Okay, so this is the original. This is the reproduction done by BMC. Now you'll notice that this is silver, whereas this one is gray. So this has a slightly shinier patina. But I'm going to do some close-ups here so that you guys can see that it is a faithful reproduction of the Marx Howitzer, the M1A1 155 Howitzer. Now I'm guessing, you see that hole on the back? I don't know for certain, but I'm guessing originally these had a knob that you could pull back and it was spring-loaded and you could fire a shell. When I got my set, it was after the Child Safety Act was passed, so any of these spring-loaded items would have been removed. I'll take a look at an original to see if we can determine if that guess is correct. Some of you might have an original and could tell me. If you could leave a comment and either confirm or disabuse me of the notion that these had one-time fired shells. Mine never did, but that's because, like I said, it was a later version. But you can see these are pretty good. So if you want to enhance your artillery battery or complete a set that's missing or even create a set, this is the way to go with BMC. So my brother had a 1958 set. In between my brother and I, my mom decided that war toys were not good influence on children. So she didn't let me have any cap guns or army men or any of that. And I think her theory somewhat backfired because my brother got all that. Okay. And my brother joined the Coast Guard, which is the most peaceful military branch, run by the Department of the Treasury at, I think, the time that he joined up. and he has no real interest in this. Whereas I joined the army and I collect these, and I have rifles that I've purchased, World War II rifles, and I'm like, Mom could have saved me a lot of money if she'd just gotten these for me in the beginning. But we don't know. I There's probably kids out there who got one of these and ended up being a mass murderer. I don't know. Usually, the ones who end up being mass murderers are ones who torture animals. Those guys are pretty messed up. Okay, so my brother had the 1958 set, and what you see here is a 1959 set, which is virtually identical to the 58, except it includes our M1A1, and it looks like it does have a knob on the back that you could pull. It's not clear though, but I do notice that there's shells here. So my guess that these originally did have a firing spring is correct. I was thinking it wouldn't have been that hard for them to plug that, but I don't know. So let's look at that 1958 set, see what you're talking. Louis Marx was disappointed with the ad for the Sears ad for 1958 because it was in black and white and was a small advertisement in the Sears wish book. So he had this ad made up. And here, I guess it's in color. Was it colorized, or is that how it looked in the catalog? But this is the 1958 set, and that's the one that my brother got for Christmas. Notice the artillery. It's also spring firing. See the shells there? And you can actually see the spring off of the breech here, breech block right there. Now, something that you'll notice right away is that there's no Germans. The original Battleground sets came with khaki and OD green colored U.S. troops. Okay. Here's an ad for the 1960 Battleground set. And I think you can see the knob on the back of the artillery piece there. But the shells here give this away as originally being a firing toy. So that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having an original one that's still fired, but, I take what I can get. I'm not too picky. All right, guys, that's BMC Howitzer, the 155 M1A1 Howitzer. Right there, guys. It's a beauty. I think if you can, you should pick some of those up for your collection. Enhance your firepower of your Battleground set. All right, that's all I got for you this time. I want to thank those of you who've recently joined the Iggy Army. And for you Iggy guys that have been around forever, I want to, as always, I'm very grateful and I enjoy your messages. So what would you know what? Let's go to an old time diner that's in an old like train car. And we'll go and get a banana split. Do you guys remember banana splits? I actually have not seen one in years. I don't think anyone serves them anymore. It's incredible. All this stuff from what was common when I was a kid is now sort of in the murky past. I was talking to this guy at work. He's a customer. He looked like he's in his 30s, and I had mentioned that I like Marx toys, and because he was talking about his collection, he never heard of Marx toys. And I said they were the number one toy manufacturer in the world. And he said, "Oh, you mean Hasbro?" I said, "No, but the when Louis Marx sold the company, sold out in 1972. I think they sold it to some company like Quaker Oats or something. It's kind of counterintuitive why a food company would want to buy a toy company, but the end was just 8 years later, and I think Louis Marx actually lived long enough to see his creation starting back in 1919, and he had to live long enough to see it disappear, which is kind of sad. The factory is still um, there in West Virginia. I think it's called Glendale, West Virginia. And they used to have a really fantastic museum there, but unfortunately, they closed down and sold off the collection, so it doesn't exist anymore. I'm very fortunate that I got to see it. Uh, I saw it like in May or something of 2016 or July. It was early in the year, and then later that year they closed up. So that's sad. So banana splits are gone. Do you remember the banana splits? It was a TV show. Paul Winchell did all the voice. Never mind. I'm really starting to stray here. All right, guys. One banana, two banana, three banana more. Four bananas. It was something anymore. La 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 la. Iggy can't sing, so I'm going to stop, and I'm going to say, let's get a banana split and go. All right, guys, bye. I'll see you with my next video, which should be coming out a little sooner than this last one, but I have a few things to show you still, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. So thank you for coming along. Thank you for joining the Iggy Army. Let's go.